Kill your excuses. Every time you make an excuse, you give power to the part of you that wants to stay comfortable, to remain stagnant, and to avoid growth. Excuses are the silent enemy within, whispering that it's okay to wait, that tomorrow is a better day, or that circumstances just aren't perfect yet. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect moment. There will always be something that feels like a hurdle: lack of time, lack of support, fear of failure. These obstacles aren't walls, but illusions. The only thing standing between you and what you want is the decision to stop believing your excuses. You see, life doesn't wait. Opportunities won't always come knocking twice. The harsh reality is that the world doesn't owe you anything, and it doesn't care about your reasons for not trying. Whether you've been hurt, struggled with resources, or doubted yourself, you still have a choice to make. And that choice is to take ownership. Stop waiting for someone to come and push you. No one is going to drag you out of bed, force you to practice, or make you work toward your goals. That responsibility is yours alone. And the moment you realize this, your life changes. Excuses are convenient. They let you stay where it feels safe. They let you believe that waiting just one more day won't hurt. But every excuse takes away a piece of your potential. Every excuse is a thief that steals your future. When you tell yourself, "I'll start next week," or "I just don't have the time right now," you give into the easy path. But success doesn't live on that path. The champions, the winners, the ones who make things happen, they all had reasons to quit. They had days where it was tough, but they killed their excuses before the excuses killed their dreams. You might say, "I'm too tired," or "It's not my fault." Maybe you've told yourself, "I can't because I don't have the skills yet," or "I'll wait until I'm ready." But let me tell you something important. You will never be fully ready. No one starts at the top. No one knows exactly how to succeed before they even begin. Growth happens in the struggle. Strength is built in the moments you push through discomfort. You have to learn to act, even when it's hard. You have to show up, even when the odds seem against you. Think about the people you admire, the ones who inspire you, who have achieved what you dream of achieving. Do you think they had a smooth journey? Do you think everything aligned perfectly for them? No. They had setbacks, failures, and self-doubt, just like everyone else. The difference is they refused to let their excuses define them. They used their challenges as fuel, not as reasons to quit. They understood that every excuse they killed brought them one step closer to their goal. The real question is, how badly do you want it? Are you willing to do what it takes, even when it's inconvenient, uncomfortable, or exhausting? Because if you're not, someone else will be. Someone else will take the opportunity you passed up. Someone else will put in the work while you're making excuses. And when the time comes to reap the rewards, they will be the ones standing at the top, not you. The world is full of people with potential, but potential means nothing without action. Killing your excuses isn't about being perfect. It's about being committed. It's about showing up, even when you're scared. It's about taking action, even when you're uncertain. It's about deciding that your dream matters more than your comfort. If you wait for motivation to strike, you'll be waiting forever. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline is what keeps you going when motivation fades. Discipline means getting up and doing what needs to be done, no matter how you feel. You have to understand that life isn't going to hand you anything. The doors you want to walk through won't open on their own. The opportunities you dream of won't fall into your lap. You have to chase them down, knock on doors, and keep going until one of them opens. And even when it does, you can't stop there. Success is not a one-time event. It's a habit. It's built every single day, with every action you take, every excuse you refuse to make. So the next time you catch yourself saying, "I'll do it tomorrow," or "I don't have time," stop. Take a moment and realize what you're really doing. You're choosing to stay the same. You're choosing comfort over progress. But here's the truth. Comfort is a lie. It might feel good now, but it won't last. There will come a day when you'll look back and realize that all the things you could have done, all the dreams you could have chased, slipped through your fingers. And it will hurt. But the good news is that today, right now, you still have the power to change that. Start small if you have to, but start. Do something today that moves you closer to your goal. Make the call. Write the first page. Take the first step. Stop thinking about how hard it's going to be and just begin. Every excuse you kill brings you closer to the life you want. The path will never be easy, but it will always be worth it. Your dreams are worth fighting for, and you are worth the effort. The only thing standing in your way is the story you keep telling yourself about why you can't. Change the story. Kill the excuses. The time is now. There is no later, no perfect moment waiting just around the corner. If you keep telling yourself that things will somehow get easier in the future, you're fooling yourself. The truth is, the longer you wait, the harder it becomes. Momentum is built through action, and every day that you delay, you lose that momentum. Procrastination is a silent killer. It disguises itself as harmless waiting, but over time, it becomes a habit, and that habit leads to regret. You don't want to wake up years from now wishing you had started when you had the chance. That pain is far greater than any discomfort you might feel from starting today. So stop lying to yourself. Stop saying, "I'll start when I feel ready." You'll never feel ready, and that's okay. The most successful people weren't ready. Either they started scared, uncertain, and unprepared. But they took the leap. They knew that the only way to grow was to embrace the discomfort and figure things out along the way. It's messy, it's unpredictable, and it's hard, but that's what makes it worth it. When you stop making excuses, you unlock a part of yourself you didn't even know existed, a version of you that is resilient, resourceful, and unstoppable. Don't let fear control you. Fear will tell you that you aren't good enough, that you don't have what it takes, that it's better to stay where it feels safe. But safety is an illusion. The world moves forward whether you do or not. And if you stay in your comfort zone, you'll get left behind. The only real security you can have is the confidence that comes from knowing you've given everything you have. When you kill your excuses, you take control of your destiny. You shift from being a passive bystander in your own life to the one behind the wheel. There is power in saying, "I will figure it out." There is strength in deciding that no matter what happens, you will keep moving forward. Excuses are just walls you build to keep yourself from facing discomfort, but walls can be broken. The moment you refuse to give your excuses power, those walls crumble. You'll realize that the things you thought were holding you back were never really obstacles at all. They were just the limits of your own mind. It's not about having more time. It's about making time. It's not about waiting for motivation. It's about building discipline. It's not about having all the answers. It's about trusting yourself to learn along the way. Every day you wake up is another opportunity to be better than you were yesterday. And that starts with the choice to stop believing the lies your mind tells you about why you can't, why it's too late, or why it's too hard. You have everything you need within you right now. The resources, the tools, the potential, it's all there, waiting for you to use it. But none of it matters if you let excuses keep you paralyzed. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be isn't luck or talent. It's the decisions you make every single day. The decision to show up, to try, to fail, to get back up, and to keep going. No one can do this for you. No one can want it for you. This is your life, and only you get to decide what you do with it. So ask yourself, what's one excuse you can kill right now? What's one action, no matter how small, you can take today? Because the only thing standing between you and your dream isn't time, money, or talent. It's the excuses you've been telling yourself. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. And as you do, the path will unfold before you. You don't have to see the whole staircase to take the first step. Just take it. Take it now. Let go of the fear. Let go of the excuses. They've served you long enough, and they've taken you as far as they can. But if you want more, if you want the life you've dreamed of, it's time to leave them behind. You have the power to rewrite your story, to create a new chapter starting today. But it all starts with one decision. No more excuses. Your future is waiting. The question is, are you willing to fight for it? Are you ready to kill your excuses once and for all and step into the life you were meant to live? Because if you are, nothing can stop you. Not fear, not failure, not setbacks. You will rise above them all. The only thing left to do is begin. The time is now. No more waiting, no more hesitating. Kill your excuses and watch yourself become the person you've always known you could be. That version of you, the one without excuses, is powerful beyond measure. It's the version that takes ownership, embraces challenges, and finds strength even in failure. When you kill your excuses, you create space for solutions. Your mind stops searching for reasons why things can't work and starts finding ways to make them work. Obstacles don't disappear, but they no longer seem like impossible mountains. They become steps, each one bringing you closer to your goal. It's not about being fearless. It's about being brave enough to move forward despite the fear. Every time you silence an excuse, you gain momentum. Success isn't about massive leaps. It's about consistent action showing up day after day, even when you don't feel like it. Some days, the progress may seem small or invisible, but those are the most important days. They teach you resilience. They build habits. They develop the mental toughness that will carry you through when things get hard. And they will get hard. That's part of the process. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is the refusal to let hard moments become excuses. You are not your excuses. You are stronger than your doubts, more capable than your fears, and more resilient than any setback. Excuses are just noise, background chatter from a version of yourself that is scared of what lies on the other side of effort and discomfort. But discomfort is where growth happens. It's where you discover what you're made of. When you avoid discomfort, you avoid transformation. You stay the same, stuck in the same patterns, wondering why life isn't changing. But change starts with you. It starts the moment you stop running from the hard things and embrace them head on. Think of every time you've made an excuse in the past, every opportunity you let slip away, every time you held back because it felt too hard or too risky. Now imagine what your life would look like if you had killed those excuses and taken action instead. Where would you be today? How much further could you have gone? It's not about dwelling on the past, but about learning from it. You can't change what's behind you, but you can change what's in front of you. Right now, you have a choice. Will you let another excuse hold you back? Or will you finally say, enough? This is your moment. There is no better time, no second chance waiting. All you have is now, and now is more than enough. Whatever you're dreaming of, whatever goal you've been putting off, it's within your reach. But it won't come to you. You have to go after it. And the first step is killing every excuse standing in your way. Stop saying you don't have time. Everyone has 24 hours. Stop telling yourself you're not good enough. You become better through action. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. There is no such thing. Success belongs to those who are willing to show up, even when conditions aren't ideal. The truth is, the path will never be smooth, but that's not a reason to stop. It's the reason to start. No more excuses. No more delays. You owe it to yourself to go all in, to give everything you have without hesitation, without fear. When you kill your excuses, you unleash the full force of your potential. And that potential is limitless. You were made for more than average. You were made for greatness. But greatness requires sacrifice. It demands that you let go of every excuse that's been keeping you small. Your dreams are worth fighting for. Your future is worth fighting for. But the battle isn't with the outside world, it's within. The real fight is between the version of you that makes excuses and the version of you that takes action. Which version will win? That's up to you. You've been given one life, one chance to make an impact, to leave a legacy, to become everything you were meant to be. Don't waste it on excuses. Don't let fear, doubt, or laziness steal your potential. Kill your excuses once and for all. Because once you do, you'll realize that the only thing that was ever holding you back was you. The time is now. The choice is yours. Kill your excuses and watch yourself rise. And when you rise, you'll see how everything starts to shift. The world responds differently to people who stop waiting for permission and take charge. Opportunities that seem distant will suddenly appear within reach. Doors that once felt locked will open because persistence has a way of breaking down barriers. Your energy will change, and so will the way people see you. They will notice your determination, your drive, and your refusal to settle for less. But most importantly, you will notice you'll begin to respect yourself in a way you never have before. There is a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you didn't let excuses win, that you chose to take action instead of retreat. This journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Even if you stumble, even if you fail, those moments will be part of the story that shapes you. There will be times when doubt creeps in, whispering that it would be easier to give up. But those are the moments that matter the most, the moments when you push through despite everything. Those moments will define you. They're where true growth happens, where you build the character that sets you apart. And here's something powerful. Every time you kill an excuse, you teach your mind that you are in control. You stop being a slave to the thoughts that tell you, not today, or you can't. You rewire your brain for success. Your mind becomes a tool, not a trap. The more excuses you kill, the stronger you become, until eventually, excuses won't even cross your mind. Action will be your default mode. Discipline will become a habit. What used to feel hard will become second nature, and you'll wonder why you ever doubted yourself in the first place. But you can't stop. Not now, not ever. Success isn't a destination, it's a journey. One that requires your effort every single day. Just because you achieve one goal doesn't mean the work ends. There's always another level to reach, another challenge to conquer. The moment you become complacent, the excuses will start creeping back. They don't disappear, they just wait for a chance to resurface. That's why you need to stay vigilant, always hungry, always ready to push yourself further. The people who achieve greatness understand this. They know that the fight against excuses is a lifelong battle, but they welcome it because they know the reward is worth it. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to becoming the person you were destined to be. And every time you refuse to make an excuse, you honor that destiny. You prove to yourself that you are worthy of the life you want. It won't always be easy. There will be days when everything feels heavy, when you feel like you're running on empty. But even on those days, you have a choice to make an excuse or to keep moving. Remember, progress isn't always about speed, it's about consistency. Even a single step forward is better than standing still. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to be relentless. You have to fall in love with the process, the grind, the effort, the little victories that build over time. Because the truth is, the person you become along the way matters more than the goal itself. Success is not about what you achieve. It's about who you become through the struggle. It's about developing the mindset, the habits, and the heart of a winner. Kill your excuses, and you'll discover that you don't need perfect conditions to succeed. You don't need more time, more money, or more talent. What you need is already within you: discipline, determination, and the courage to act. The only thing missing is your decision to start. Right now, at this very moment, you can choose to rewrite your story. You can choose to let go of every excuse that has held you back and step into the life you've always wanted. It's not too late. It's never too late. As long as you have breath in your lungs and a fire in your heart, you have everything you need to begin. There is no dream too big, no challenge too hard, and no goal too far away. The only thing standing in your way is the excuse you've been making. But that excuse has no power unless you give it power. It's time to take that power back. This is your moment. Not tomorrow, not someday now. You've spent enough time waiting, doubting, and hesitating. Kill your excuses and take the first step, no matter how small. And once you take that step, take another. Keep going. Keep moving forward, even when it's hard, even when it feels impossible. Because every step forward brings you closer to the life you were meant to live. This is how you build greatness, one choice at a time, one action at a time, one day at a time. You don't have to be the best to start, you just have to start. And as you move forward, you'll become the person you were always meant to be. A person who doesn't make excuses. A person who takes control. A person who lives fully, without regret. So, what are you waiting for? The time for excuses is over. The life you want is waiting. All you have to do is reach out and take it. Kill your excuses and make it happen. Because there's no going back now. Once you start, once you make that decision to rise above your excuses, everything changes. You've lit a fire inside you that won't be easy to extinguish. The excuses will try to return, they always do. They'll come disguised as fatigue, doubt, distractions, and even other people's opinions. But this time, you'll be ready. This time, you'll recognize them for what they are, traps designed to keep you from your greatness. But you won't fall for them anymore, because now you know the truth. You've seen what happens when you push through, when you take responsibility, when you refuse to quit. It won't just be about hitting milestones or achieving goals. Something deeper will shift within you. You'll start to feel a sense of pride, not the fleeting pride that comes from applause or rewards, but the kind that comes from knowing you honored your commitments to yourself. That's the kind of pride no one can take away from you. And it's powerful. It builds a foundation of self-respect that becomes unshakable. You'll look at yourself differently because you'll know, without a doubt, that you are capable. Capable of doing hard things. Capable of achieving what once seemed impossible. Capable of becoming the kind of person who takes action no matter the circumstances. And when people ask you how you did it, how you overcame the odds, how you stayed motivated, how you kept going when most would have quit, you'll smile. Because the answer will be simple. You killed your excuses. You stopped giving yourself permission to settle. You made a choice every single day to be better than the day before, to move forward even when it was tough, and to never let comfort win over growth. You chose action over fear, discipline over doubt, and progress over perfection. That's the secret, not luck, not talent, not magic, just a relentless refusal to let excuses run your life. And the best part? Once you master the art of killing your excuses, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Your dreams will grow because your belief in yourself will grow. Goals that once felt too far away will now seem like stepping stones to something even bigger. You'll realize that the only limits that ever existed were the ones you placed on yourself. And when you remove those limits, when you decide that nothing and no one, not even your own excuses, can stop you, the world opens up in ways you never imagined. You'll also inspire others without even trying. Your actions will speak louder than any words. People will see your consistency, your discipline, and your courage, and they'll want to rise too. You'll become a beacon for those who are still trapped by their own excuses, showing them what's possible when they decide to take control. And that's the beauty of killing your excuses. It not only frees you, but also gives others permission to do the same. Your life becomes a living example that excuses are just lies we tell ourselves to avoid discomfort, and that on the other side of discomfort is greatness. But it doesn't end there. You have to keep going. Every new level of success will present new challenges, and with those challenges, new excuses will try to sneak in. You've done enough. Take it easy now. You've come this far, why push further? But you'll know better. You'll remember that growth is a journey, not a destination. There is no finish line. There's only the next challenge, the next goal, the next version of yourself waiting to be unlocked. And as you continue to grow, you'll realize something profound. The struggle, the hard work, the discipline, it was never a burden. It was a gift. Every difficult moment was an opportunity to become stronger. Every failure a chance to learn, and every setback a lesson in perseverance. The process is what makes you. The victories are just byproducts. So keep going. No matter how far you've come, there's always more within you. Never let yourself get comfortable. Kill the excuse that says, "This is good enough." It's not. You are capable of more, and you owe it to yourself to find out just how far you can go. The person you are becoming demands that you keep moving forward. The clock is ticking, and life isn't slowing down. You don't have time to waste on excuses. There is too much to accomplish, too much life to experience, and too many people waiting to see what happens when you step fully into your power. Don't let them down, but more importantly, don't let yourself down. This is your moment. Not next week, not next month, right now. Take the leap. Run toward the discomfort. Do the thing that scares you. Prove to yourself that you are stronger than every excuse that's tried to hold you back. And when you do, you'll discover a freedom that few people ever experience, the freedom of living without limits, without hesitation, and without regret. Kill your excuses, because your life depends on it. And that freedom, it's unlike anything else. It's the freedom to wake up every day knowing that you're not a prisoner to your own doubts, fears, or limitations. It's the freedom to chase after what sets your soul on fire, without needing permission from anyone, not even yourself. The shackles of "I can't" or "I'll do it later" are gone, and all that's left is the clarity of purpose and the thrill of progress. There's no longer that nagging voice in your head telling you what could have been, because now you know. It's happening. It's real, and it's unfolding right before your eyes because you decided to make it so. You'll start to realize that killing your excuses wasn't just about achieving goals, it was about reclaiming your life. All those excuses you buried were just distractions, fogging up your vision, making you forget what you're truly capable of. But now you see clearly. You see that you were always enough, that you always had what it takes. All it required was courage to begin, courage to persist, and courage to trust yourself along the way. And here's the thing. This freedom you've unlocked isn't just about winning on the outside. It's about mastering the inside. The real victory lies in the peace you feel knowing that you gave it your all. You no longer go to bed haunted by missed opportunities or what-ifs. You sleep soundly, knowing that even if things aren't perfect, you are exactly where you need to be on the path that you chose. A path paved not by convenience, but by determination. This doesn't mean the journey will always be smooth. New challenges will arise. Life will throw curveballs, and there will be days when it feels like you're fighting uphill again. But you'll handle those days differently now, because you've learned that challenges aren't roadblocks, they're checkpoints. Each challenge is another chance to sharpen your skills, to grow stronger, and to prove once again that you are unstoppable. And when fear whispers that maybe this time you won't make it, you'll smile. Because fear doesn't scare you anymore. You've faced it before, and you'll face it again. Fear is a visitor you no longer welcome, and excuses are a language you no longer speak. You've conditioned your mind to focus not on what's missing, but on what's possible. What lies ahead isn't just a finish line. It's a series of beginnings, one breakthrough after another, each victory leading to a new horizon. You'll start setting bigger goals because you now believe in the person who's chasing them. The person who shows up no matter what. The person who doesn't quit when it's hard, who doesn't wait for motivation, and who doesn't let setbacks define them. That person is you, and with every step forward, you'll inspire others to do the same. Your story will become proof that change is possible, that excuses are just illusions, and that anyone can rewrite their life if they're willing to stop making excuses and start taking action. You'll become a lighthouse for those still lost in their own sea of doubts, showing them by example what it looks like to live fully, intentionally, and boldly. But remember, it all starts and ends with you. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. The only way out is through. The only way to win is to kill your excuses every day, without fail, without hesitation. Because as soon as you let one excuse slide, it grows. It multiplies. And before you know it, you're back where you started, trapped in the same cycle of waiting, hoping, and wondering. Don't let that happen. Stay sharp. Stay hungry. Stay committed to the process, because the life you want is waiting for you on the other side of consistency. There is no magic formula. There is no shortcut. The secret has always been this simple. Show up, do the work, and keep going. Day in and day out, no matter how you feel, no matter what the world throws at you. That's how you win. Not by being perfect, but by being persistent. Not by having all the answers, but by refusing to quit. The choice is yours now and every day moving forward. Will you make excuses, or will you make progress? Will you let fear control your actions, or will you move through it and rise? Will you let comfort lull you back into mediocrity, or will you keep chasing greatness? There's no reason to wait any longer. You've waited long enough. It's time to step into the life that's been calling you, the life you know you were meant to live. So kill every excuse, starting now. Not tomorrow. Not later, now. Because your future is watching. And it's waiting for you to take that first step.